morning, Shlog fans. Welcome to Shlog number 39. It is Friday morning. It is a drop-dead, gorgeous morning in the valley. The dog's excited. Doggy excited. We are headed out to Peach Valley for our weekly live conditions report and walk slash hike. Get that dog some exercise because she needs lots of it. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'll be flying solo today at the shop, so it could be a little bit crazy, but we've got some good stuff to work on. The Trail 70 is on the lift. We are actually going to get to it finally. At least going to get the points and condenser and all that done, and hopefully see some spark. I'd like to think we could get the carburetor done too. It kind of depends. I think I have some tires to change and some other appointment kind of stuff. Super simple, but it's going to take time. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. You know, guys, thank you so much for all the wonderful responses and comments. Comment below what you love about the Shlog. That would be awesome. I'd like to know what you guys like. Also, for real, comment below what I can do better, because I want to make this awesome for you. You know, the reason I'm doing this is for you guys, is to spread the gospel of two wheels, to get people out riding, inspire people to work on their bikes so that they can actually go ride, and just get people to go out and have fun, man. Life's too short to not smile, and dirt bikes make me smile. I know they make you smile. So yeah, share this thing with your friends. If you haven't already and you think we're awesome, subscribe, because that would be cool. We're getting dangerously close to 2,000 subscribers. When we do hit it, I will be giving away a hat and hoodie combo. And then the next subscriber mile mark is going to be 5,000. And when we hit 5,000, I'm blowing a motor up and looking inside. It's going to be awesome. Still not 100% sure which motor, but probably my YZ250, because it's got the most hours on it and it could be interesting. So awesome. Let's get to the daily Shlog, guys. Oh, awesome conditions report. A ton of people tuned in live. That was awesome. If you guys don't follow us on Facebook already, I'll put a link in the description, but you can go to facebook.com/HighlandCycles. We do lots of fun stuff over there. It is now time to get my butt to work. I got a famous breakfast burrito. Oh yeah, that's right. I got a dog who's enjoying the air. And look at this. Hang on, so I don't crash. It is finally nice enough that at 8:25 in the morning I can drive around with my window down. Oh, spring is on its way, people. Oh, it's a good day. All right. I gotta get to work, get some stuff done today. All right, guys, we're at the shop and we got work to do. But the first thing I gotta do, because I got my priorities straight, is I gotta fix that broken throttle cable that happened while we were down in Havasu at the end of the day. So here's a funny thing. I called our local dealer and told him to order me a brand new OEM cable, and on Tuesday. I called yesterday, which was Thursday, to see if it had showed up, because a lot of times they get things in about 2 days from KTM. And they said, oh, no, it hasn't been ordered yet. Because I guess they're not that busy and they don't have any other orders. So anyway, bummed out. That's okay, though, because I have the stuff to actually make cables. I just wanted a new OEM one because, you know, that would be best. But that's not the case today, so we are going to be making a cable. It is a lost art. Most people can't do it anymore, it doesn't seem like. But I'm going to walk you guys through how we can make that happen. So the deal is, here's the old cable, right? Broken end that we totally jerry-rigged to get back. I cut, well, that was broken off. So I just slid the cable out of the housing. I measured it by holding it up, right? Making it whatever. And I cut this one a little long on purpose, so I got some room. It takes, that is the end that goes into the carburetor. This is the closest thing I have to it, which is going to be just fine. But because we'll shape it and make it the right size. So start brass end over there. So the way you do this is we're gonna solder this, but there's a way an old man showed me long ago on how to make these things hold better than just normal solder. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So what you want to do is you want to run the cable a little bit past your brass, right? One of the reasons we run these long is you want to be able to spread that cable out, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a mechanical attachment as well as a solder. So we're going to split that cable and kind of bend it. All right, there we go. So it's not focusing all that great, but you guys can see we're kind of making it look like a little hair, like my hair sticking out. So now we're gonna put solder on it. The key to solder is you got to heat up both members of the situation. So the cable and the brass both need to be super hot so that the solder sticks to them both. And one way to make sure you're doing that is you want to tin the tip of the solder gun, boop, 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 like that, get it nice and hot. Then you put it on the back side, and you're going to put your new solder over here on the front. And when it starts to suck it through, you know that you've got them both nice and hot. There we go. Now, right now, that's not going to even come close to fitting inside the carburetor, like where we need it to go in the slide of the carburetor. But that's okay, because we're just starting. Got it chucked up here in the vise, and we're going to take a little hammer and we're going to mushroom that over. All right, so what that's doing is it's making it a mechanical advantage on this connection, so that even if the solder doesn't hold that great, it will keep it from sliding up off. So now we got to shape it and make it the right shape. We're going to use the bench grinder for that. I take it out, take all that extra cable off. So now we got it probably about the right diameter. Now we got to shape it up and make it just a little nubbin so it'll actually hook into the slide. We're gonna get real careful here. Now we got this end pretty well set, but we're gonna test it in the slide and see if it's gonna work. So take it down in here and boom, it fits just perfectly right where we need it. That's awesome. Very excited about that. So now what we got to do is we got to come over here. We're definitely doing this like the quickest, easiest way without taking the whole thing off, because if you don't have to, you don't have to. By the way, you see what's on the lift? That's next. So there's the old barrel. Now we just need to find something in here that's real close to that. There we go. So you see, it's longer, but the diameter's right. That's good. That's what we're looking for, because we can shave the length down no problem. So right on, we're gonna put that on just like we did the other one. The deal is on this, we gotta do it on the bike. So the thing about when we do this, we gotta do it on the bike because we're gonna slide it through the housing up and to the end and then do it. So it's a little bit more complicated, but with our little cable holder thing, we should be able to do it no problem. Slides nice and smooth. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the other one. And these are cool. These little barrels, they have a chamfered end and then a normal, like the hole through, it's got a normal side and a chamfered side. I don't know if you can see that, but the chamfered side makes it easier to put the cable through. So I'm gonna let that cool off, and then we're gonna mash that cable over it. So like I said, it creates that mechanical advantage to the strength of it. Then we're gonna shave the little drum down and put it back in. I'm just gonna turn the camera off for a little bit while I do this other stuff, and then we'll put it all together and see if it works. Right on, guys. So got the cable all hooked back up to the carburetor, and works just like it's supposed to. Super happy about that because, like I said, cable's not going to be here till next week now, and I really want to ride my dirt bike, so I found a way to fix it. And honestly, that's why I'm doing this Shlog. That's why I do these videos. That's why I do all the stuff that I do, is that I obviously have to make a living. I really appreciate all the people who bring things here for me to fix. That's how I pay my mortgage. It's how I put food on the table for my family. But I really want people to go ride their dirt bikes, right? When it's time to go ride, I want you to go ride. And so I hope that I am helping you guys be inspired to work on your bikes and figure things out sometimes, you know? Maybe you don't have cable fittings, right? I get that. You know, maybe you don't have that laying around the house, but maybe your friend does, or maybe the local shop does, and they don't have a mechanic that knows how to use it. Wouldn't be the first time. And maybe you can sneak back in there and borrow some stuff and fix your stuff. Anyway, I hope that helps. Let's get on to the next project. I actually have to work on a four-wheeler real fast, but then I'm going to get to the Trail 70. I know I keep saying that, things keep happening, but like I said, the guy's not in a huge hurry for the 70, so it kind of keeps getting pushed back. Anyway, stoked on the fix on the 250. Yeah, we'll see you guys in just a bit. I'm going to eat some lunch too. Hey guys, right on, next project. I swear we're going to work on the 70 soon. I'm dying to work on it, but I keep running into things. Like I said, guy's not in a big hurry, so I keep bumping it back when something more important comes through. And I don't know if you just know it's more important but more urgent, and that is today this 85 cylinder. So this is off of a kid's bike, kid's KTM 85 SX, and the reason it's getting bumped ahead of the 70 is that if I get this done, the kid gets to ride this weekend. So what we're doing is we are taking it apart. We're going to clean the power valve up, shine everything up, hone the cylinder, and then give it back to the guy. So that won't take very long. And like I said, if I get it done, the kid gets to ride this weekend. So that's important to me. So yeah, let's do that thing. It's actually going to be pretty fun. I'll show you. We're going to use the ultrasonic cleaner. We're going to use the bead blaster, all kinds of things. We're going to make this thing look brand spanking new. This thing's called the intermediate flange. You can see how dirty that thing is, and we're gonna make this thing look shiny, shiny. These power valve actuators work a lot like the ones on the big bikes, so that's kind of nice. Don't have to learn new things. It's obviously a little more simple. They don't have the side little barrels, they call them, so it's a little more simple, but same spring style kind of thing. I'll leave that there. We don't need to clean that. Now we get it all off, and there we go. Before we dump her into the ultrasonic, we want to get all the rubber pieces off because we're replacing them. We got all new stuff over here in our gasket kit. Take all of our little parts here, go put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, which we got started or got heated up. So set for 65. That sucker is hot, which is what I like. Get our Fabuloso. Put some in there, a little bit more, there we go. I don't measure it because it's not that important, you just need some. I like to put our little parts in the little basket, sink it, cylinder in there. run it. Now, while that's running, we can work on the 70. Finally. So, I'm gonna start by taking this carburetor off and this air box and everything, get that, and we'll get that ready to go in the ultrasonic too. Maybe even dump it in there with that cylinder. Then we have brand new points and condenser to put here. And while we do that, we can, like I said, get the carburetor ready to go into the cleaner, get the points and condenser on, and we can check and see if the thing's gonna spark. All right, so I'm having a problem that is really common with a carburetor that has been a carburetor that's been sitting around a long time. So you can see I got the cap loose, but I pull on it, it doesn't move. It's because the slide is totally seized up inside there. So what you gotta do is clean that up. You gotta kind of break that thing loose. So what I do is I start with brake cleaner down in there and like let that kind of sit and marinate a little bit. Then I get some penetrating lube, spray that down in there, and then they usually come loose. Hey guys, let me just jump in here real fast and remind you that we're really close to 2,000 subscribers, and when we get there, I'm gonna give away a hat and hoodie combo, and then we're aiming for our next one at 5,000. When we hit 5,000, we're gonna blow a motor up on purpose and take a look inside of what it looks like when you do that. So, all right, let's get back to the video. 6-in-1, good stuff. This Bel Ray 6-in-1 is really good stuff. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description for this from Amazon. This stuff is awesome for just all kinds of whatever you need to lube. Yeah, I like it a lot. There we go. Winning. Very excited about that, actually. Let's take this thing apart and see what it looks like inside. I'm sure it's not going to be awesome, but that's okay. Whoa. That right there is a new one. I don't even know. That has been sitting a very long time. Oh, that's gnarly. It's not even gross. It's like chalk. Huh. Well, right on. We can fix it. Cool. So with this kind of thing, I'm just going to dunk the whole thing into the ultrasonic and try to get most of that cleaned up and cleared out, and then we'll take all the jets out and probably put it back in for another round. So I'm going to dunk it in with the cylinder, because why not? While we're waiting for all that stuff to cook in the ultrasonic spa, I went ahead and washed off my bike, took the dog out, threw the ball for her. So I had this motorcycle jetted for sea level down in Arizona last weekend, and it ran perfectly. If you guys have watched the videos, you can hear the thing. It ran great, no problems. So now I'm going to jet it back for here, and I want to show you all how much trouble, quote unquote, it is to jet one of these things. Once you got all the stuff fixed on the Mikuni. I agree, there's a lot of things to fix on the Mikuni, but yeah. So here we go. I'm just gonna run this thing. No time lapse, no nothing. Yeah, let's start the timer. All right, ready, set, go. 430 out. 390 in. There we go. Tighten clamps. Boom. That didn't take very long. So, just so you guys all know, jetting carburetors isn't that hard. Now, yes, the first time I went into that carburetor, I spent about an hour with it. I fixed the jet block gasket. I put a different needle in it. I set the float height. There was a lot of things that went into that. Like I said, it took about an hour when I first got the bike. But now, that's all I do. From sea level to, we're at 6,000 feet here, just under. I won't change that to go to 12 or 13,000 feet up here. Really, I need one jet. I need a jet. Ugh. I need a 430 jet for when I go to sea level. I run that jet up here. Thing gets great mileage. It's all good. So, I don't buy it when you say that carburetors take too long to deal with. That's all there is to it. I think this runs better than with Electron or a smart carb as far as the snappy and crispness of it. It's just absolutely perfect right when I want it. I've got Electron. I've run numerous Electrons. They're great carburetors if you don't want to spend a whole minute doing that before you go places. But yeah, just my opinion. Comment below what your opinion is. I get it. We all have different opinions. Actually, that's the beauty of this world, is we all have different opinions, different ideas, different things like that. There's mine. All right, I'm going to wait for that ultrasonic to go, and then we'll get back to working on customer stuff. All right, so ultrasonic's done. I'm letting it cool off now. The thing is hot. But I am going to get this bike, my bike, Daisy, ready to go for tomorrow morning. I'm going to go out early just for you guys. I'm trying to take care of you so that you know what the conditions are like. I'm not doing this for me. I promise I will not be enjoying myself riding my motorcycle tomorrow morning. No, but I talked to the owner of New Tech, the Tubliss / Nitro Moose guy, and we were talking about this Sedona tire, which I touched on in yesterday's Shlog, and I'm still working on editing that full review up. But and we were talking about how I probably ought to try this thing with 0 pounds of air in it. So I'm gonna try that. Ridiculous as I think that is, why not? I got the Tubliss on here. We might as well try it out. So, proof that I'm gonna do 0. There's already not much. There we go. Now I'm gonna put it back in because I don't want dirt and stuff getting in there. All right, 0 pounds. I'm gonna check the high pressure section. There we go, 115. That's still holding good. I guess Tubliss 2, Morgan 0, it's working. You know, despite my beliefs, the Tubliss is actually working. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. It means I did a good job installing it, which is awesome. Oh, and I have something to show you. New product. Guys, I think the dual sport guys, you're gonna be stoked about this. Let me go grab it. All right, so this is awesome. This guy, Chris, what's his name? Chris Anderes, he's here in Montrose. He has a little company he's calling Balance Pro Extreme 360, BPX 360. Anyway, he came to me a couple months ago. It's like, hey, I got a product. I want you to test it for me. I don't have it out yet. I'll let you know. Anyway, he got a hold of me. He came and showed me. I totally didn't get the camera out to show his demo. But let me just show you what it is. I'm not going to have time to install it till probably next week sometime. But let me show you. It's actually really, really cool, especially for you guys who do a lot of dual sport on your dirt bikes, and you get that, you know, dirt bike wheels are always out of balance, like way out of balance if you got a rim lock and a valve stem and all that stuff. Let me show you. He's come up with an awesome solution. Like, I'm not normally a guy for things like that you don't need, but I totally understand needing to balance wheels on dual sport bikes because they go down the road all hoppy and crazy. So, check this thing out. I'm gonna just, this one's the front. So you get this set up, comes with a super duper light rim lock like that. And then you get this piece, and it's really cool. I wish I had a thing to mount it, but just so you could see how it works, it's really, really clean looking. This interface right here is machined to go over the hump in the rim, and then this goes in there, and they just go between the spokes. So it goes like this. So it sits like that, and you do have to drill a hole in the rim, but it sits like this, and he's got it set up so it's made for European bikes that have the rim lock and the valve stem right close together. This obviously goes across from it, and then the steel, the kind of the silver part right here, it helps offset this balance. Anyway, he showed me a demo on a wheel, and it was awesome. I'm not a big fan of slapping a whole bunch of sticky weights or those things that go around the spokes. They look, first of all, they look like crap, and the sticky weights don't always stick that good. I think this thing's going to be awesome for guys that want to balance their tires for dual sport stuff. Like, you got a KTM 500, 450, whatever. You're rolling down the road. My XR 650. He gave me a set to try. I think it's awesome, and it's just really well made, and they're super cool. So, and they look clean on the bike, and they're kind of in between the spokes, so I don't think you're going to damage it, and it solves the problem. So it's cool. I'm excited. I will definitely be putting a full video together on installing that thing when I get around to it. It's going to be a little while. I kind of need to set it up on a tire with tubes in it because he doesn't have a setup for mooses yet. He's making a setup for mooses that's going to be, so it's directly across from rim lock, because it's offset a little bit on purpose because you've got two things, you know, the valve stem and the rim lock on a normal thing. So anyway, super cool thing, up and coming. I'm really excited about testing that thing. I think it's going to be awesome. Again, for all you guys that like dual sporting and going down the road 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, and the bike starts hopping and doesn't handle that well, it's going to be great. There's also a lot of other benefits to having it balanced, and we can go over that later. But anyway, that's awesome. I'm excited. All right, we got the cylinder out of the ultrasonic, already looking better. But now I'm going to take this thing over to the bead blaster and take care of that. Same with this. So we got everything nice and shiny and clean. Feeling really good about that. I ran the ball hone through that thing to deglaze it and put a crosshatch back in it. Looks awesome. So now let's put it back together. So when you use a bead blaster, which I just did, all your threaded holes, you want to make sure you blow those things out, because you'll get beads down in there, and even though you've blown everything else out, they can hide out down in there, and you want to make sure that doesn't happen. So air and brake clean are your friend, because brake clean gets it super duper dry, so that stuff comes out. So now I'm happy about the way that looks. Have a drink of coffee. And two strokes do matter. It's true. Right on. Cylinder's ready to go back. Kid's gonna get to ride this weekend. That makes me happy, because it's gonna make him happy. It's gonna make his parents happy, because he's probably gonna be a lot nicer kid since he gets to go ride his motorcycle. So yeah, pretty simple little power valve. That's a key part of rebuilding the top end, is to take that apart and clean it really good and put it all back together right, because having a clean power valve that moves freely actually makes the bike run quite a bit better. So let's go give this guy a call and have him come pick it up. Dude, that's after 2 rounds in the ultrasonic. We may need some more horsepower, but yeah, we're gonna get it tiled in. So anyway, it's the end of the day. It's the end of a Friday. Leia, what do you think? You being a good dog? Yeah, it's time to go home, hang out with the family. I think it's gonna be movie night tonight. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on all these daily shlogs. It means an absolute ton to me that you guys watch this stuff. I hope you enjoy them. If you do and you think that we're awesome, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It does mean a lot. Again, we are super close to 2,000 subscribers. When we hit it, I'm going to be giving away a hat and hoodie. So share this with your friends. Tell them to subscribe. Come on, get on board. Anyway, guys, have an awesome day. I love you. Get out, spread the gospel of 2 wheels, and please, I don't care what you got to do. Call in sick, do whatever you got to do. But you got to get out and ride your dirt bikes! Riding